All right, so we should be live. We should be up and running. Let's get this thing going. Let's see. I'm gonna put some music on in the background this time, and I'm gonna try to put the old music that I used to put on this channel. Oh, goodness, that's loud. Is it on? If it is, that's loud. Well, we'll get it together. Let's see. There we go. All right, let's see. Let's go to the live. Let's see if we're live and see if everything rocking and rolling. Okay. Yeah, look like we're good. We're good. So if that's too loud, y'all let me know. Anybody who's coming in, we're gonna talk some Madden today. We're gonna talk a little bit of my Xbox revival. Why I have an Xbox revival and I want to collect some games again, and the reasoning behind that. We're gonna talk about all of that. So hopefully everything is good with you guys. Check on Twitter because I am live on Twitter as well. Yeah, look like we are rocking and rolling over there too. Give me a second. I want to see how this sounds over there, and then we're gonna just go right into it. All right, let's see. Yeah, that sounds good. Sounds absolutely excellent. So welcome y'all back once again. I'm back doing another live. Hopefully you guys have had a fantastic week. Hopefully everything is going well with you guys. Hopefully everything is kosher, copacetic, or they use that word now, copacetic? I don't know. Hopefully everything is going well with you guys and everything is good and you are good in your spirits and no issues, no problems, no worries. It's been a pretty good week for me. In every single way. Had a great week at work. Spent some time with the wife, out with the son as usual. Made some moves, whatever, to progress in your everyday lives, and it's a good thing. I mean, good spirits and good health. So all is well. But today we're going to talk about Madden NFL 25 for the PS5, Xbox Series S or NX. I think it comes up for the S too. Not the PS3 version, not Xbox 360 version. That's why I put that down there so people can know what we're doing here. And going to talk about that, give my thoughts and opinions. I got the whole gridiron notes up. Going to talk about these notes or whatever the case may be, and give you my thoughts and opinions on that. Also, I want to talk about a little bit of Xbox. Why do I want to collect some games for the Xbox? Since I just purchased the Xbox Series S. I keep saying S. Xbox Series X. I'm just gonna call it the X. And I want to talk about why I want to collect for that console. Now, I think it's kind of weird that I have the urge to do so, and I feel so comfortable with saying that. So we're going to talk about all that. But first and foremost, we're going to get into it. If you haven't already, hit the like button. Got a few people in here already. One person hit the like button. I really appreciate it. I know there's a few people on Twitter watching as well. I really appreciate it. And I'm going to pop this up. I know what I'm going to do. I know exactly what I'm going to do. Let's see. If I want to invite anybody, I'm going to copy this. And I'm going to put the link up into the chat. Let's see. Let me paste that. Paste that. That's it right there. And I pin that to pin the message. Okay, that should be pinned to the top if you are on YouTube or whatever the case may be. The link is pinned. If you're on Twitter and you want to actually get on as well, just let me know. I will send you the link, or you can just come over to YouTube and get the link. So we can just talk about all of this. So I'm going to pull this up and so this, can I put it up? Okay, that's fine. I'll put it right here. That's weird why this window will let me put that there. I don't think it'll be in the way either way, but here. But let's go ahead and try to share. Present the screen. All right, let's see which one I want to look. Okay, share screen. Yes, this is the one I want to talk about right here. And there it is. So we're going to talk about this today. Hopefully, we can get some things rocking and rolling. Because I want to talk about this here. Because Madden 25 is pretty much on its way. College football 25 is already out. We talked about that last time I was live. And on this live, we're going to talk about and NFL 25, not the PS3 version. I'm gonna go through these notes and I'll give you my thoughts and opinions on all this. If you want to join, if you want free, the link is on the it's in the pin section once again. And then we're gonna talk a little bit about my Xbox game collection and why I want to start collecting again. Let's go ahead and get into it. Welcome to Madden 25. Hey Madden fans, welcome back to the Gridiron Notes for home and news updates for Madden 25. Our team will be here sharing information all summer long as we gear up for worldwide launch August 16th, just basically 2 months away. You can expect to see the future deep dives about topics like gameplay, franchise and presentations, superstar, ultimate team, and more. Today, we are covering the high-level features of Madden NFL 25. Before we get into specifics, our team wanted to share the vision for the game this year. All right, I will have this up. You just go to EA.com. You can find this link as well if you want to read it for yourself. Bottom line, the goal is for Madden NFL 25 to look, feel, and sound different. First time you fired up at the start screen, the menus, the new commentary, and the inside game of the NFL draft, all the way to the Super Bowl trophy presentation. Where are we at now? This was a comment. This was the commitment from the team. We can't wait to share more with you in the future deep dives coming later this month. So they're going to have more information later on this month. And we're going to talk about that as well. Gameplay. I got somebody in the back already. Okay, Dave Ten Eagle. What's up, Dave? Good. I ain't seen you in a while. Dave Ten Eagle is in the background right now. I'm gonna put him on in a second. I'm gonna talk about this gameplay real quick, and I will add you I'll add you in a second. Gameplay. Here at Tiburon, we know what's more important to players, and that's a deep, authentic experience delivering control on the boomsticks. With this year's feature set, which includes physics-based tackling, powered by boom tech, styles, new mechanics, and ball carriers, catching and pre-play, and focus on football fundamentals within blocking playbooks, and more players will have more control more than ever in Madden 25. I've heard that a lot. I don't that right there don't really mean much to me, to be honest. I'll be honest, just a little different for me than Madden and the college football. College football seemed, in my opinion, to deliver more when it came to gameplay and certain things that was, presented in the game. It seemed like it was highlighted and it was done a little bit better. Madden, for instance, Madden is a little bit of a different breed because they have different type of players that come into Madden and things change on a whim. So we'll talk about that. I'm gonna add Dave Ten Eagle. I'm gonna ask him a few questions before I keep going. And let's see. Dave, you there?
What's going on?
What's going on, Dave? How you been, man? It's a long time. Hey, man, last time I talked to you, man, it's been over 10
years. It's been
over 10 years.
Yeah.
Last time I talked to you, I was living here in Atlanta the first time before I moved to South Carolina. So that had to be it had to be around 2015, probably last time I talked to you.
Yeah, it's been a while.
How you been?
Yeah, it's been a while. It's been a while since we talked.
Yeah.
How you been?
I've been good, man. Like I said, I just been working and went to South Carolina, came back, and I'm here back in the Atlanta area. I've been good, man. Since then, I had a son, and me and my wife been married for 10 years now, so we've been basically just trying to find a place where we can solidify everything once again. Because my wife kind of like she's kind of mad because we left the first time because she kind of didn't want to leave, so we're back now. But we're good though. I haven't played Madden fully in 3 years. I played a little bit. I played a little bit of 22, played a little bit of 23, and I played none of 24. So yeah. I really don't know what I'm getting into if I decide to play Madden. So, what are your thoughts so far about? Matter of fact, have you read the Gridiron Notes of Madden 25 yet?
Yes, I've read it. I read part of it. At least the things that was important to me. I think it's what they're saying on paper is pretty good. Of course, some of it is rehashed stuff that they've already used. Right. But I think for the most part, for what they're trying to do, I think it's pretty good what they're trying to do.
Okay. So I haven't read this. I haven't read any of this. I saw it when I was on the way home from work, and I was just looking at it. I'm not going to do what I did last time since you already read it. I'm not going to bore you and go through this whole thing and try to read everything like I did with the college football one. So I'm just going to skim through it, and we'll just continue to talk as we go. Excuse me. Boom Tech. What is Boom Tech? Introduction to Boom Tech. Next gameplay innovation been over the 2 years in the making. So 23 they have field sense. I remember that. I didn't do too much care for it. Mm-hmm. So Boom Tech is our next gameplay. So the features that make up Boom Tech are physics-based tackling, reloaded hit stick, okay, ball carrier control, which I'm kind of interested in that. So I'm gonna come back to that in a second. And foundation football, NFL immersion. Okay, all right, let's stop right there. All right, so I'm not too worried about the reloaded hit stick. I'm not worried about. I still play the Maddens where hit stick was actually a thing. So I still like the PlayStation 2 Maddens where hit stick was a thing. PlayStation 3, not so much. Even in 2014, hit stick wasn't a thing. So I don't never remember even thinking about using the game. I never really thought about using hit sticks in any game since like maybe the old Madden 25. Right. So I don't know what reloaded hit stick is or whatever case means.
Because I played the recent Madden 24. The hit stick it's not really good as it was in the PS2 days. I don't even think it's good as it was when, like you said, Madden 15, where the hit stick was actually being a hit stick. So it's been pretty much the same on this gen as it has been ever since it's been watered down.
Right. Okay, so that's the thing. That's what I'm saying. Is like, so I don't know much about it, so I'm basically just going to keep it at that. What they're actually saying is that it's been refreshed, reloaded, reimagined, bringing every phase of the game. Let's see, it's not telling you much here. It provides hard hitting control determined by angle of impact, hit stick, and accuracy. Was cut sticks. Okay, big hits, trucks, more realistic physical movements and results. Okay, my thing is, if they're going to do this and have physics-based tackling at the same time, does this mean that physics is coming back once again? Because they kind of got away from that with the Affinity engine.
Yeah, I think that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to bring it back, the physics-based, with the animations where it can be more, more believable that it's physics. I think that's what they're trying to do.
Okay. Because that's my thing. I just didn't know, because I'm like looking at it like, all right, so what are they saying here? Because I'm not necessarily sure. But based on that, that's what it sounds like. Ball carrier control, run the rock with confidence and command. New ball carrier balance and recovery system determines specific Boom Tech branching animations, and based on the quality of the hit and ratings of players involved, get the control you need to counter the hit stick. So they're basically bringing oh goodness, what's the thing called? The truck stick back. That's what that sounds like with the ball carrier control.
Yeah, I think that's what they're really doing. Because really, the trucks being a bruiser back in Madden is really non-existent since forever. Because if you have somebody like Derrick Henry, you wouldn't be able to use him in the way that you would want to, because of the fact that it seems like they just went away from the bruiser back. Even the finesse back is not as the juke. Even with the juke,
the juke is not. They have different moves for guys who tried to use the right stick to do a truck. Like if he was a smaller back, he wasn't able to truck. He would just move differently.
Right.
Okay. Sounds good. I mean, I'm not saying this sounds bad. I'm just kind of wondering how they're going to do this, because ever since let's say Madden 08 on the PS3, you really didn't see much of this since. Like, Madden 08, the last one actually had like the truck stick and the hit stick actually was implemented that way.
Right.
Nowadays, like even when you went up to the later Maddens, even on the PS3, PS4, you didn't. Everything felt like very similar. I mean, we had to wait till Madden 17 to get a proper stiff arm. You know what I mean?
Right.
So it was like you don't really know what you're getting. NFL immersion. Let's see. Focus on a deep dive, game day experience. You'll have 2 brand new commentary crews, which is nice. Okay. I don't know if they can get the immersion right. I'll be surprised if they do, because that's one thing Madden has been really bad in for the last 15 years. They can get immersion, and that's why a lot of people that don't play MUT, leave the game after like October, because it never had really that much immersion. So I hope they get it right though. Yeah. Franchise mode is revamped, recharged. Oh, you was about to say something?
No, I'm good.
Let's see what the franchise mode is revamped. Draft night and franchise. Okay, so they're gonna have like a real franchise draft night. That's pretty neat. You see Roger Goodell, so they're gonna try to do the 2K thing like when you got drafted in NBA 2K. That's dope. I like that. They're gonna have war rooms and green rooms. All right, that's nice. Managed personalities, dynamic storylines. I'm kind of off the rip. I'm kind of worried about dynamic storylines. I don't know how that's gonna work. In team meeting rooms, coach officer press conferences, and practice sidelines. Franchise Center provides centralized lead creation tools, deliver a more important information at your fingertips, and personal messages, top stories. They kind of had that already, so that's cool to keep it. Core depth improvements, rookie records. That's one thing that Madden has been lacking in, keeping records of all the stuff we've done in franchise mode, like passing yards, records. They haven't really done a good job of holding on. NCAA football did a great job of keeping up with records and stats. So hopefully they'll do that.
So are they doing like stats as far as like rookie stats and all the other stats, or is it does it say specifically what stats it's doing?
No, it doesn't say. It just says core depth improvements featuring team and rookie records. So with that being said, you got to have stats to have those records. You know what I mean?
Right.
You know, so it says improved team roster AI for free agency, draft selection. So I guess teams to actually pick based on what they actually need or whatever. New draft stories and generators. So they're gonna have more draft stories. Which, like, once again, I don't know how I feel about having implemented stories in the game. Then that can alter the team in a way that you may not want it to, because a story is actually implemented, unless it was like completely random, which I would love to see that. Player refined generation progression logic, focused on older and younger players. Okay. Revamp news content. All right. Fresh celebrations for Super Bowls. Okay. Female models and creative coach. Okay, so females gonna be coaches. All right, that's cool. Tuning in progression across multiple franchise systems has been altered, ensures teams are smarter, reflecting real NFL strategy. So basically what they're talking about here, like the franchise mode is not going to be bland. That's basically what all this says in a nutshell. It's not going to be bland. It's going to be dynamic. They're going to have different storylines. The draft is going to mean something. The Super Bowl is going to feel a little different. So that if they can get that, that'd be great. They're going to have team builder. That's in Madden. They're going to have that in NCAA as well, because they definitely need that in NCAA. I don't have much to say about that. Presentation, new broadcast teams. Okay, we already talked about that earlier. Pre-game montage. Okay, we already known about. Let me finish this up, because I kind of know. I don't know what this really means. Pre-game montage focus on your players and their storylines. Re-energize environments and camera angles to bring an upgraded perspective and kick off the Super Bowl celebrations. Did we mention in the new scoreboard at the bottom of the screen? You want to know something? I don't want to get too far on this, but I want your take on this. All of this could be implemented properly. All of this need to be implemented properly. And I think they're really getting to the grit of building a game on franchise mode because of NCAA, because of college football is coming out. That game, they don't want that game to outshine what Madden's doing. Do you agree or not?
I agree, because I think, college outshines them, that it could be a downfall of Madden, because people are already tired of it. And, it hasn't been a college game in about 10 years. So
It's no way that this college game can come in and do what it said it's going to do, because we already looked at the notes of that in the last live. They can't do that and then turn right around and bring out the same old Madden from last year. Ain't no way. Absolutely no way. So I can see why they got new commentary teams, why the franchise mode has all of this. When was the last time you heard of a franchise mode for Madden have this much stuff?
PS2 days.
Yeah, they didn't have this, and not to say PS2 didn't have like draft night or anything like that, but all this stuff is fleshed out like it's a real brand new implementation of Madden. Like even back in the PS2 days, it was kind of like the same game, but they gave you something fresh every single time. Let's see, team builder. We talked about that. Presentation overview. Okay, so new broadcast teams, they're going to have crowdsourced the 2023 NFL season Monday Night Football games and NFL films. So it doesn't just feel like real crowd noise, realistic crowd noise. It's real crowd noise. On-field sounds have been affected and been increased and refreshed. Pad collisions. Yo, if they got this right here, these three right here, pad collisions, grunts, and exertions, if they got that in the game, that is a really big deal, because you know what? They haven't had this in the game, especially this right here, grunts. They haven't had grunts on the field in probably never. I can't remember what Madden had where you can hear guys actually like making noise as they're trying to get past the block or tackle somebody. But you know who had it though?
2K? Was it 2K?
2K had it ever since the Dreamcast.
Oh, I didn't know that.
You can go back and play NFL 2K, the original NFL 2K on Dreamcast, and they had it ever since then.
Well, you're right, because when I play pro football, every time someone huck the ball, you always hear offensive linemen.
You hear that?
Yeah.
You hear that?
Yeah,
So
you're right.
This is a really big upgrade. Now, pad collisions, I want to say 2K had it. I'm not necessarily sure. I can't remember. They probably did.
Yeah. Madden had it too at one point, because I remember they put it in the game.
Madden had it when the hit stick first started. Now, probably even before then. But I know for certain they had it when the hit stick first started. New pregame montages and Superstar. Okay, I don't care about Superstar Ultimate Team. I'm going to just pass by that. Play-by-play never sounded so good. Did you want to talk about Superstar Ultimate Team? I mean, if you have something to add, because I don't care about neither.
Not really. I don't really play Ultimate Team like that. I really play Superstar mode, but it really doesn't that much. I don't need to talk about it.
All right, I don't think it's not too much there.
Yeah.
Play-by-play never sounded so good, so they're going to have Brandon Gauld and Charles Davis for the first time in 8 years. First time in 8. Okay. Mike Tirico and Greg Oden is going to be in the game. That's pretty cool. Greg Olsen is going to be in the game. Kate Scott and Brock Stewart. Okay, this is a nice little lineup they got with commentary. That's pretty cool. These teams are here to refresh your Madden NFL experience and bring it to life with over 4,200 fresh recordings. Okay. I like this. I like this.
So are they having the same commentaries for each game, or is it different throughout?
I want to say it's different because they got over 42,000 fresh recordings, and they said it's at launch and multiple season updates to keep it fresh. Now, with that being said, this is the problem. If you're playing franchise mode, you're not going to get the season updates. I don't think you would, because if you got your own franchise mode, what update they can give you to something that happened in your franchise? But if you're playing like, let's say head to head, or you playing like online or whatever, I can see them like talking about something that happened in week 7 because it's not in a franchise. But either way, I don't have a problem with it. I think it's pretty cool.
Right.
The new commentaries on PS5, Xbox Series, and PC only. So this game is coming out for PS4 and Xbox One. Weird. I didn't think they was going to still put the game out on that. Okay, never mind. Live game mode. Okay, let's see. So they're gonna have crossplay. That's cool. Up to the league, Superstar, the league, and Superstar Showdown. Let's see, Superstar. I don't really want to. I don't have much to talk about that. Okay, all right. This is something huge. This is something really huge. Now, I got a question about this. Look at this right here. You can transition your Road to Glory character from EA Sports College Football 25 into Superstar mode. Take your college football character all the way from draft class to Super Bowl MVP. With that being said, why? And I know the answer to this already. Why you can't get draft classes in college football 25?
Well, they said it's a legal issue.
It's a legal issue. You don't want to go and get any of these players that are on college football 25 that is getting paid and put them in. I get it.
Right.
Now, this is what I would say as well. Which hopefully they'll do this for 26. They need to give us, and I know it's kind of going off topic from Madden, but they need to give us an option to play college football 25 with straight generic players if we don't want to play with the real players. Right. Have our own franchise or dynasty mode in college football 25 and implement those fictitious players into Madden and keep the real players on college football.
Yeah, I heard I think it was either Sim said it, Sim F Ball Crit, or forgot the other guy's name. They said it, but he said that maybe they just playing it safe so that they won't get sued again. So that's probably the reason why they haven't given us the option to go generic. So that could be the reason.
You know what? That makes sense because if they go generic, they probably can still, somebody will find a way to edit those players. Edit those players.
And you remember when they first went generic, they still got sued when they was going completely generic. So can you really get by it?
Right. That's a great point. That is a great point. So that's pretty cool. So if you're playing Road to Glory, you can go into Superstar mode in Madden 25. This may be a mode I may try. Even though I don't too much care for the Road to Glory in Superstar mode, I would try it just to play it, see how it plays out. A lot of people who have YouTube channels are going to use this content. And you're going to get back to the old My Player days. You're going to get back to the old, the ones that used to go through their whole career, like Shakedown 2012. He still, I'm pretty sure, I don't know if he still does it, but he did it with his My Player in NBA 2K. You're going to have those same players doing their little My Player thing with this. It's going to be pretty cool, too. If I do it, I don't know. I mean, maybe. I may. Ultimate Team, I have no online head-to-head. I have no interest in any of those.
Right.
Madden today, you can get a new like a Superstar drip jersey. I don't care about that. Cover athlete, this is all MUT stuff that you can get right here. Legendary XP boost. Is this XP boost? Is this for franchise mode or is that for MUT? Do you know?
I haven't looked at it, so I can't see from your screen because it's kind of small. But I think it's either probably for MUT or probably for Superstar mode or Lord to Glory, one of them. I don't know.
I know they was doing a little XP back in Madden 22 or 23. They was doing XP mode. No, those was like skill tree points for the coach or something like that. Yeah, they was doing that might be something different.
Okay.
You can get the deluxe edition to get all this stuff, 3D access, and all this good stuff. I don't care. But this is what it is right here, the 4,600 Madden points. That's the stuff for the franchise mode.
Gotcha.
That's the stuff for the franchise mode where you can like move things around to get different perks for your coaches and stuff. I think that's what that is. Let's see. MVP bundle, you can get both games, which is pretty cool. Let's see anything else. That's pretty much it. It was on August 15th. Me personally, which I'm pretty sure, Dave, you're pretty much planning on getting both, right?
Yeah, I'm planning on getting both.
Yeah, I think I'm even saying I think I'm gonna get both as well. And I'm gonna get both of mine on. I'm actually gonna get both of mine on Xbox. I got my PS5, but I think I'm gonna get it on Xbox. I just bought this Xbox Series after I turned in my Xbox Series S, the digital one. I traded that thing in like probably about 2 months after I had it, and after the showcase, they had the showcase for Xbox, and I was like, yo, I might go ahead and get a Series X and start playing some games on it. And I like it so far, man. It's pretty cool. But
okay.
I think I'm gonna get both these for Xbox this go around. I've been playing on PlayStation 5 for the last few years. I'm gonna jump over here and play some games on my Xbox, but that's pretty much it about it. You got anything extra you want to add to this? I'm gonna talk about some Xbox game collection after this.
Yeah, I just want to add. Hopefully, they're trying to get, as far as the running ball carrier. I hope they fix that because, for the most part, the bruiser running backs are useless because you really can't really truck nobody. You really don't truck nobody, or stiff arm is just non-existent. It's barely used for the bruiser backs. And as far as the passing, did we discuss the passing on there, or was it just?
No, they haven't
discussed the passing. Okay.
They haven't talked about passing in this.
Because in Madden 24, the passing was actually good in Madden 24, but they nerfed it where it was back to how it was in old Madden. So.
That's the thing I got. That's the problem I have with Madden, because with Madden in general, what you have is a situation where the game is good, but if it doesn't cater or if it doesn't work out for the competitive scene, they nerf a lot of stuff.
Yeah,
and it doesn't feel like football anymore. Like you look up here on the not on the screen, but on the website that they had, they set it out of the gate. They want you to have foundational football. Okay, so if they want to put foundational football in the game, how long does this last until the guys that's playing MUT complain, and then all of a sudden it's more critical to that?
Yeah, that is really the problem with Madden. It's just a lot of times they get nerfed, and then a lot of times they take things out. Hopefully, when it comes out, it stays the same throughout the whole year. And they can do what they said they was going to do as far as the ball carrier moves and as far as the physics-based tackling and the running. Yeah, that's all I got to say on it.
Yeah, I think that's the main issue. I mean, I think, look, I'm going to say it like this before I go to the next topic. EA has the capability to make a good game. I've seen it happen, not just in football. I've seen it in the other games. A lot of people don't like to talk about NBA Live 15, which was a really good basketball game, and it's probably one of my favorite ones in the last, iterations of NBA Live. So they can make a good basketball game. I don't even want to start to talk about the golf game. That golf game is probably one of the best sports titles they put out in the last 20 years. That new golf game that EA put out is so good. It is very good. And so they're capable, and let's go to football. If you go back and look at the original Madden 25, you can even go back and look at Madden 20, and even in some cases Madden 17, those like three games that I actually was like, okay, these are actually pretty solid football games where in all three of those games, the run game was good, the trucking made sense, and there wasn't no crazy, exploits. Madden 17, you actually was able to stiff arm players, and they tried to go back to what 25 did back in the PS3, PS4 era. Madden 20 possibly had one of the best run blocking in Madden in a long time. So it all boils down to have a good football game, they got to get the blocking logic, the run game right first. If they do that, passing game, all the other stuff will take care of itself, in my opinion. As long as the quarterbacks actually seem like they're different.
Mm-hmm.
So other than that, it's like you can't get away from that. There was reports when Madden 25 was released. A lot of people were saying like the running game was too realistic back on the PS4, Xbox One days of the original Madden 25. I'm like, what are they doing? I don't know. I'm looking at some of these. Somebody in the chat real quick. Simhead Academy said we'll see if they can do it as good as Xbox One Madden 25. See, that's exactly what I said.
Yeah, the thing about me, I haven't played that one, the Xbox One or the PS4. I haven't played that 25. I only played it on the PS3. Yes.
I think that game is probably like $2 now. You should give it a shot.
Okay.
You can go to a GameStop or whatever, and you'll probably find that game for probably like $1.99 right now. That run game in Madden 25 was probably it probably is the best it's ever been done.
Gotcha.
And I just talked about Madden 20 because of the run blocking was really good, but the run game, because they had what the thing called True Step.
Mm-hmm.
It was good. It was really good.
Okay.
Come here. Give me that remote. If you want the volume up, I'll cut it up for you. It's not working. You probably got to watch it in your room, baby, because I'll fix that later. But you can't see it with the volume down, baby. It's just not working. I'm gonna have to fix that later. It's not gonna work. I'm telling you. But nevertheless, he said Madden 25 gameplay physics in 360, Madden 25 to 17. A lot of people don't think about this as well. The 360 version of Madden 15, 16, and 17 was actually pretty good too. But those games are never talked about because they was on the 360 back then in the PS3. But Madden 17 on the PS3 360 was actually pretty good. That was the best gameplay in my opinion. It wasn't perfect. It had the funny moments, but for the most part, it felt and looked the best. Yeah, I agree. I can agree with that. I just feel at the end of the day, they just need to keep it simple and just don't try to oversimplify stuff and let us play football. And if anybody else has an issue with it, they just need to make another game for these guys who want to play arcade competitively.
Yeah. And I've also heard that because Sim was talking about it today, that Scott O'Gallagher, he was basically answering certain tweets about certain things, because he said in one tweet, he said that as far as the pass rush, it's going to be different this year, where it's actually you're going to actually have 2 seconds to throw the ball, and it also depends on your rating. So you won't have time like you usually do in Madden, depending on how good your offensive line is.
That's not going to last. We all know that's not going to last. Don't do that. Leave that alone, baby. But that's not going to last. We all know 2 seconds to pass. You want to make, and this is the thing. And let's be honest here. If you want to make the majority of your fan base that plays Madden upset, give them 2 seconds to pass. Because the majority that play this game play Ultimate Team. They play these crazy superstar backyard modes. I don't think they have that. Yeah, they play that, and they play head-to-head competitively where they can play online against other people and brag because they can roll out of the pocket every single time.
Yep.
Roll out of the pocket and throw laser beams all over the field. If they can't do that, that game is going to be patched in 2 weeks. I promise you, if they get, and don't get me wrong, I'm all for the 2 to 5 seconds window to throw the ball, because that's where it's supposed to be. I remember playing Backbreaker. That's how it was. Backbreaker, you had no time.
Yep.
So I'm here for it. But if they do that to this game where it's so many people that play the game competitively, those people who buy the game or get the game in the 3-day early access, they notice that by the second day, probably the first day, by the first day, that game is going to have so much backlash, and in 2 weeks, that game will be patched where that don't happen no more.
I can see that happening.
Yeah, I can promise you, because we gotta be honest. Dave 10, we've been at this 15. We've been at this for 15 years. We've been wanting simulation football forever.
Yep.
We can be accustomed to that, but we also understand that we're not the majority. After all this time, we are the most loyal when it comes to this football stuff. Even Simhead Academy in the comments. We are the most loyal. Me, you, Simhead Academy, Bills, DJ, SimFBall Critic, Smitty, everybody. We're all under that same umbrella that wants that, but we are severely in the minority. And as much as we would love that, we're probably about 5. I'll be generous. We're probably about 15% of the guys who play the game, and that's being generous, saying 15%.
Mm-hmm.
So with that being said, you're talking about 85% of the guys that do not want to sit in the pocket and throw the ball as quick as possible to find somebody open. These guys want to They want to roll back. They want to roll out of the pocket. They want to stand in the pocket for 8, 9, 10 seconds. Yeah. They want to roll all the way to the sideline and throw the ball down the field 70 yards.
They want to make highlight plays on every play, basically.
Exactly. Instead of knowing that if you want to wear the defense down, you got to get a long, sustainable drive. Nobody competitive to have a long, sustainable drive to win a game. They want the 60-yard bomb on 1st and 10.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So Derrick Henry plays for who now? The Ravens, right?
Yep.
They want to get Derrick Henry and run over 4 or 5 every single play.
Mm-hmm.
You don't care about that 1st and 10 and trying to wear down the defensive line or wear down some linebackers. Or if I'm playing against Dallas, what I got to do to wear down Michael Parsons? They're not trying to do that. Come here. You're about to knock over that TV. Don't do that. You come over there. Look at the TV. Don't touch the TV again, baby. Come back over here. Don't touch the TV. All right. What about this thing? Yeah. They don't want to try to wear down Michael Parsons or Chase Young or anything like that. They want to run over everybody on 1st and 10. They don't care who it is.
Right.
With that being said, it's like the moment I told you not to do that, baby. Sit down over here. Sit down. I'll fix that later. What am I about to say? Yeah. With those people people that don't want to play real football, they're going to be the loudest ones to scream. And when they scream, it's going to get patched because there's too many people against what we want.
Yeah.
This is why I stopped playing Madden. Like, I played a lot of Madden 25 on the PS3, Xbox 360. Even played a lot of Madden 25 on the PS4. But after that, I couldn't get into it after that because every time I turn around, I could play the game for about a month. And after I play the game for a month, it's a patch. Once the patch get in, it's a wrap.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know? So don't get me wrong. I'm here for it when Scott OG says we want to give everybody 2 seconds to pass the ball. Don't let those. The only way that's going to survive is that's only implemented in franchise mode. It's only implemented in simulation gameplay. Because if that's in competition or arcade or whatever they do in whatever they do in Madden Ultimate Team, if they put that in that, it's a wrap. That is going to be gone in 2 weeks.
Yeah, I agree. I want to talk about another thing about the abilities. I wonder if they're gonna because certain abilities you have to have, like, for example, 2 sacks, which I don't get. If a defensive lineman averages at least 1 sack, a great defensive lineman averages at least 1 sack a game, why not just? I don't get why they won't just say pressures as far as sacks in order to unlock the ability instead of saying 2 sacks, because defensive linemen don't get 2 sacks a game in order to dominate a game. As far as unlocking that ability.
I will say this. I kind of get what you're saying, but what if the pressures are pressures and not sacks because the quarterback is moving around in the pocket? What if there's only pressures because even though that the defensive lineman is doing his job by keeping everything, making sure that the quarterback don't get sacked, but he's doing just enough for that quarterback not to get sacked, and it's just the pressure.
Okay, I can understand that.
You see what I'm saying? It's kind of, if what if they keep getting a lot of pressures, but the quarterback is still getting away? What does that do to that defensive lineman? In some cases, that defensive lineman might not continue to be that well at getting at the quarterback because he's constantly getting so close, and I ain't gonna say his confidence, but his ability may go down a bit because he just can't get to him.
Right.
Now, what I say about the 2 sacks, if they get 2 sacks and they start to dominate, most defensive linemen, if they get 2 sacks in one game, I don't want to sound arcadey, but this could be a situation where they do get in a rhythm and they're just dominating their offensive lineman.
Right.
if they done got to the quarterback twice, something wrong with that left tackle. Something wrong with that right. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The tackle's getting beat, so I can understand what they're getting at. Now, let's take it a step further. What if they swap out that lineman to be in another position, or they put another lineman on that defensive guy? Will he still be at that dominant point?
You say it again. If you put another, like if you replace them, or you put another lineman next on.
Yeah, no, let's just say that left tackle's having a bad day, and that defensive lineman is just dominant.
Mm-hmm.
What if they take that offensive lineman out and put somebody else in?
Mm-hmm.
Will that defensive lineman still be that dominant?
I think so. I don't see why not.
What if they swap the left tackle and the right tackle?
Left tackle and right tackle. It just depends on how good. I think it just depends on how good that offensive lineman is.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Like, what if they just swap somebody out and their blocking technique could be different? And if the blocking technique is different, how would that defensive lineman adjust? Will he adjust on the fly and still be dominant, or he still have to take time to learn that defensive lineman until they able to dominate him again?
Right.
Give me here. I don't know what you're watching. Let me see this. No, you don't need to watch that. You don't need to watch that. Yeah, you can watch that. Here. Why does this right here, this stuff is on here? Oh, I see why. Never mind. Let's get you out of that. My son is in here watching TV, so y'all got to bear with me. No, it's not the TV fault. You need to go in there and watch your TV where it's already set up. I don't know why you're in here watching this. You can watch your TV in another room, baby. You just want to be in here with me, that's all. I know you love my room. I love your room. I love you being here too. If you don't push
I got me an 18-month-old too, so I got me an 18-month-old.
Congratulations, man.
Thank you.
Congratulations. So, hey, time fly. You done got a child now. I got a 5-year-old, and so we haven't talked in what, 10 years?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
But, I don't know. I'm just trying to figure out like the scenario where, let's say, for instance, if I don't want it to seem like I kind of understand the logic that they're going with. If a player gets 2 sacks, they're dominating. I can understand that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have an issue with that.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense since you broke it down like that.
Yeah, I was just trying to find a way to negate that though, because in a video game, if a player is dominating like that, could it be OP?
Yeah,
that's why I was trying to say.
And you really can't. You could double team them, but you really can't chip them. Like you can't. Right. You don't have the option to chip them, so you really can't really stop that player if you wanted to.
Right. And that's what I was saying. Like, that's why I was trying to say, like, switch it up, put somebody else to block them. You know, somebody who's better at containing a pass rusher. You switch him over, will he still be dominant? You know, because like in NBA 2K, for instance, like I don't know how prominent this is. I haven't played NBA 2K24. I know sometimes, like when a player's on fire, it's not much you can do about it. You know what I'm saying? Once they get that little fire emblem on their little ability,
right?
It's almost a wrap. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I don't know how that works, but overall, I think this is a pretty solid look so far for the notes. I don't have anything else to really add to it as far as my concerns, because I don't know exactly what it is so far. Outside of these notes, like we don't see gameplay. I don't know, this, that, and third. I hear what other people are saying, but I don't necessarily take their word for anything. If somebody like played the game and they come back and try to tell us what it is, because 9 times out of 10, well, let's be honest, some of these people don't want to lose access to be negative. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. They don't want to say, I played Madden 25 and this and this and this and this is a problem. They'll never be invited down again. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I don't really want to take their word for anything. So I'm more like, I want to see gameplay for myself while I play it myself, and then I'll go from there. So, yeah, but Anything else you got? Because I'm gonna jump over there to this Xbox thing, and then I'm gonna call it a wrap.
No, that's everything that I have so far.
All right, cool. Talk about this Xbox thing real quick. I mean, you can hang around if you want, but I would just be rambling for a second.
Okay.
If you want to come in and say anything while I'm talking, that'd be cool. But yeah. All right, let's get into this. I purchased the Xbox not too long ago, and well, I ain't seen that long ago. I got the box right here. I bought it a couple of days ago, and with that being said, I really enjoy it. If you don't know, if anything here, give me that. If you know anything, I love Xbox. You see it behind me. I play original Xbox, and I still play my original Xbox to this day. But with that being said, I've always wanted to get into another console that I actually had that love and feel for, just like I had back in the day for the original Xbox. And for the most part, I couldn't find it until now. I like this this Xbox Series X. I love it a lot. I've came to find out that this console is really, really good. And I'm really, really into collecting for this. I think even though the games, we already know that the games for the original Xbox, I keep saying original Xbox, but the Xbox Series, some of these games are somewhat incomplete. They don't have all the stuff on the disc, all this other stuff. But I will say this. I'm willing to take that chance because for two reasons. One, I like the Xbox Series. And two, these games are dirt cheap. These games are extremely cheap. Like, I bought a few games not too long ago. Like, well, I had these games for a while. But this is one game that I bought. I bought Grid Legends. Let's see if I can get this. Okay. I bought this game recently. There it is. I think I paid maybe like $8 for this game. I paid like $8 for this game. And I'm like, okay, I just wanted to get the game and see how I play. That's when I had my Xbox One X at the time. Play the game and see what it's like. And I never thought about looking at other games. But when I started to look at the other games, these games are like dirt cheap all over the entire spectrum. I think that even the console, for instance, console is not that bad as far as price. And the games are like really cheap. And I talk a lot about this. Like a lot of people talk about Xbox 360. The prices are going up on Xbox 360. But if you want to really get into collecting games, I don't know how y'all feel about this, but Xbox is maybe the way to go. Xbox Series, Xbox One games, dirt cheap. Even the PlayStation 4 games are cheap. But I feel like at this point, I think I'm going to start getting back into game collecting, just like I did for the original Xbox. If you see behind me right here, I have a whole bunch of original Xbox games. I did not go in on the 360 as much. I wasn't that big of a fan of the 360. I did buy it first before I bought the PS3. But there was just something about the 360 that I really didn't latch on to till later. One thing about it, I did like the fact they had backwards compatibility. That was cool. But the 360 games, I really didn't latch on to. I was more into the PS3 for some reason. And I really haven't got back into the world of Xbox until this particular generation. Like I said, I bought the Xbox Series S. Well, gotta get my audio. Okay, well, anyway. When I got back into it, I was liking the Xbox Series S, but I got to the point where I didn't like the all digital stuff. The all digital stuff was not the thing for me. So with that being said, I decided to jump over and stick with PlayStation 4. Oh, I'm sorry, the PS5. Stuck with that. And I'm not saying it was a mistake for me to miss out on the Series X. I just felt like it was nothing there because of all the turmoil Xbox was going through. Xbox was having these issues with companies, this, that, and the third. I did like Game Pass, but they just wasn't coming out with the games that I really liked. But after the showcase, I was like, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and get into this and see how it plays out. I'm going to buy one. I saw the showcase. It was nice. And immediately when I started playing this console, I realized that for me personally, it just felt right. It felt good to play this console. It was what I wanted. And to me, I enjoy playing this. I enjoy playing this more than the PS5. And I kind of had that feeling when I had the S. But even with the X, I've been playing it for the last couple of days. And to me, I got that whole feeling back from what I had from the original Xbox. So with that being said, I'm going to start collecting for this. I mean, I got a few games right now. Some of these are old games I had from the original Xbox One. I got a few. I got Halo 5. Paw Patrol is my son's game. Cars 3 is my son's game. Quantum Break, I need to finish that game in Grid Legends. Now, before I get out of here, I will say this. People are probably going to ask me, well, you got a PC. Why don't you play the games on PC? I like physical copies of games. I do. I love physical copies of games, and I thought I was going to be out of the whole buying physical games. I still got like maybe 10 or 15 retro games I want to get, which I got a handful of those, which I need to make a video about that because I'll just say, for instance, here's one game that I got, and I know this is kind of off way out of left field. You guys may not know nothing about this game. One of the retro games that I wanted was a Sega Saturn game, and it's this one right here. This is one game I'm gonna talk about right here. Y'all may not know nothing about this, but this is Puyo Puyo 2.
Okay, yeah, we forgot you had Puyo 1.
Yeah, you forgot I had Puyo Puyo 1. You're right.
It's Puyo Puyo 2.
Yeah, exactly. So
yeah, you have all the games.
Yes, son, I do. But I never had this one here, so I wanted this for the Saturn. I bought it, imported it from Japan. So that's one of many. I got like 7 other games over there that I got that's knocking down my retro game console. That have it complete.
And I got that from Target.
Yeah. Yeah, you did. You got your Kirby game. You did. And so I had no intentions on getting back into the current game market as far as collecting games. But once I started getting into hold on, son. Yes, it is. But once I started getting into playing this Xbox, knowing how great this game console actually, how fun it is to play it, I'm actually having a lot of fun with it. I say, you know what? It's a reason why I bought this with a disc drive, and I'm going to start collecting games for the Xbox One. Right now, it's dirt cheap. I can have it all set up. I'm gonna have it set up just like I had the original stuff, and the console reminds me of the original Xbox in a few ways. It's a little quirky. It's a little different. It's the most powerful console right now. And some of the games aren't the best as far as actually keeping your physical copies intact because some of the games are incomplete. But I will say this as well. If you have a hard drive, you can download whatever updates and patches you have and keep it on that hard drive, and you basically still own the game. You don't have to worry about, whatever server or whatever go away, because if you have all the patches and all the updates, you're good. It's kind of what I did with my PS3, because the PS3 is the next console that's going to be going away soon. It's going to be going away soon as far as the store, all this other good stuff. And it's going to be really disheartening for that to go away. But hey, it is what it is. But at the same time, I'm more like, I'm willing to take that risk, get it on hard drive and download all my patches and updates and just get the games. I did that for the Wii U. I have all my stuff on a hard drive on the Wii U.
Yeah, but
and I did that for. Yeah, that game is broken, baby. We gotta buy a copy for that.
Yeah.
My PS3, like I said, the hard drive, I got a 1 terabyte hard drive in that. And that hard drive is basically that hard drive is basically has all the content that I need on it. So if that console goes offline, I still got everything. And I should treat the Xbox Series the same way. I'm a big Xbox fan. I'm not an Xbot. I'm not one of these guys that just love the Xbox and no matter what, like some of these fanboys do. But I always had an appreciation for the original Xbox. And I got a Series X and I got that feeling all over again to the point where I want to basically live that experience. And I think I'm going to start, collecting for the console again. I think it's going to be pretty cool. But yeah, it's been an hour. I've been here for an hour now. I am going to call it a day. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this commentary. Shout out to Dave 10 Eagle for coming through. He has been awesome. One of the biggest supporters from the old channel back in the day. I haven't talked to him in years. And I'm definitely going to be getting into Madden and NCAA football, college football 25 when it comes out. And I'm going to buy that game on the Xbox. And I think I'm going to play it on the Xbox Series this go around. PlayStation 5's been getting a lot of burn for the last few years. I got rid of my S. I got the X. And I'm going to actually be putting some time into that. So I'm going to get up out of here. Hopefully you guys have a good night. Have a great weekend. I'll be having more content throughout the week and on the weekend. Father's Day is coming up. So happy Father's Day to everybody if I don't see y'all again. And I'll see y'all on the next one. All right, y'all. I'm out. Peace. All right, there it is right there. Let me see if I can get out of here. Yes.